Hello and welcome to today's video. A lot of you know I am a notebook fan and I love paper and I love fountain pen friendly paper. And over the years I've tried a bunch of different notebook options that allow you to move pages around. I've had things like little binders and organizers and stuff, and there's always been something that I haven't enjoyed, whether it's the aesthetic or the way it's bound or simply just the quality of the paper. What I have here to look at today is the Filofax refillable notebook in A5. So this is one of their notebooks that you can get different kinds of pages and accessories for, as well as it's that replace and refill system. You can see based on the spine, it's a series of ring binds, and it's got a nice elastic on the front. And what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to quickly show you what this notebook does, and then I'm going to show you the paper test I have done to see how it handles different kinds of writing instruments. So on the back of the band here, it says A5 ruled paper, 56 sheets of 100 GSM fountain pen friendly paper, which is what really drew me to this particular notebook, was that it says fountain pen friendly paper. I've stayed away from Filofax quite a lot in the last few years, simply because I had one of their planners when I first was sort of getting into all of this, and the paper just was bad. And the thing is, they seem to have two different levels of paper. They have the standard paper and then they have a fountain pen friendly paper. And so I wanted to test out the fountain pen friendly paper after the previous version that I tried in the past. So it's got a twin wire binding that allows the notebook to lay flat. It's got an elastic closure, a ruler or page marker, and 4 dividers, and then one of those includes a pocket. You can get dotted paper, squared paper, dated planner, and general sort of accessories for this. So let's have a look at it. So the elastic band on the front here, it's not particularly tight, but it is kind of robust and it does hold the book generally quite firmly shut. It's got this sort of like plasticky grey cover. This is in this version. There's a number of different colours and patterns and things you can get for this notebook. And then you open it up and it's got that twin wire binding. It's got this little ruler, page marker, a little bit of information here. And then the paper itself in this version is the lined rule. It's a really simple, clean line. There's no extra little bits for dates and all that kind of stuff. It's just a nice, simple, clean rule. Then you've got the pocket here on one of the dividers, and then 3 more dividers, and these are a nice heavy duty sort of glossy cardboard, so they will withstand quite a lot of use. And then, as I said, this system, what I like about it is that all the pages are easily removed because the binding there sort of opens out onto the spine. Now, if you're just pulling on them, they stay nice and firm in there. They're not going to fall out. But what this system means is that if I wanted to organize this notebook for particular projects and put pages in particular places, it's very easy to pop that in wherever you need it. I like notebook systems like this, and there are a bunch of them on the market. This is just this particular one. So I'm using this notebook, or I'm going to be using this, to plan a big move in my life. So I have things like, there's budget things, there's, planning, to-do lists, all those kinds of things that need to be covered with it. And so this style of notebook works really, really well. Normally I would do a lot of these things in a bullet journal, but being able to move the pages around like this means that I can keep all the collections of certain things together and organized with these dividers. So really enjoying that. And that is the basics of the Filofax A5 refillable notebook. There's not a lot to it, and I kind of love that about it. So let's now look at the paper. So what I've done on here is I've written with a range of standard writing instruments. We've got fountain pens from fine through to broad. We've got a Lamy rollerball, a Muji gel pen, a fine liner, a Schmidt ballpoint, a highlighter, Blackwing 602, where I've done a little bit of an eraser test, and a Sharpie. Now, they say fountain pen friendly, and if we look at the front of this page, you see there's no feathering. I'm going to mainly focus here on the fountain pennings because they tend to be ones that do have a bit more reaction to paper. So the Kiwi Inks Custom Purple there keeps a nice bright color. Lake of Fire looks good. There's not a whole lot of sheen. Lake of Fire will sheen on like the original Tomo River paper. That's not happening here, but it looks good. Visconti Sepia has nice dark tone from that broad nib. And Lamy Black looks good. As I said, also the other writing instruments look fine. The erase test was not the best, but it's doable. Sharpie looks okay. Sharpie will not be kind to this paper on the reverse side. It's just the way it is. But on the front, everything looks good. As I said, no feathering, and the colors look nice. Now, if we look at the reverse of this page, what we find is actually very good. Firstly, the Sharpie does come through, and there's a spot where the Visconti Sepia comes through from that broad, but that's where a lot of ink went down and kind of broke the paper a little bit. But generally speaking, there's not anything coming through from anything else, and the ghosting is absolutely minimal. You can easily use both sides of this paper. This is 100 GSM paper, so it's slightly thicker, but paper performance isn't always connected to GSM. GSM can be a good way of, sort of showing the quality of a paper, but generally speaking, a higher GSM doesn't necessarily mean it will perform better. It does sometimes mean you get less show through or ghosting, but it can still feather, it can still bleed, all of that kind of stuff. So this paper performs really, really well. This is a nice quality paper, and you can buy the refills for this fairly widely. Here in Australia, there are a number of retailers, including Officeworks, that stock Filofax products. So, lots and lots to like. A couple of little niggly cons. One is that elastic closure just not being super tight, and I wonder how long that will last. It's okay, and it holds it nice and secure, which is all it needs to do. Over time, I wonder how that will hold up. Another little niggly con for me is the fact that the way this is set up, and you actually see it's done itself there, is that sometimes they kind of pop out of the binding, which I don't love. But they're secure enough that they're not going to fall out. You may just need to quickly adjust them occasionally. There are lots of little things I do like. As I said, I really like the paper quality. I like the durability of these dividers. I like this very simple system of being able to pop the paper in and out easily. And I also really like that on the top of the book is these little divots, and on the bottom on this cover. And the cover is very nice. It's kind of semi-hard cover, but nice and durable, and being sort of this plasticky material, it is going to be stain resistant and stuff like that to a point. But these little divots I really enjoy. They're where the elastic sort of fits in. So firstly, it's very easy to keep it lined up, but also it means that the profile doesn't go, outside of the notebook or catch on things as much, and that kind of basic stuff. These are things that have been well thought out. Filofax know what they're doing. They've been doing this a long time. They make, generally speaking, really good quality products, and this is one that I really like. So this is the A5 refillable notebook with the 100 GSM fountain pen friendly paper. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there is a way you would like to support this channel, I would love to hear from you. It's your support that makes this channel possible. In the meantime, enjoy your notebooks, whatever they are, and I'll talk to you soon.